into my little 6-row narrow planter. And I would never have guessed that 40 years later, we'd be standing out here today. As we look around here at these fields of healthy green crops, we have soybeans, white dent corn, yellow dent corn, and of course popcorn. These crops are grown by some of the best farmers in the world. And I can say that with a little bit of authority because I'm fortunate enough to visit agricultural areas around the globe. And farmers in Nebraska, they're just the best. They're the best in the world. I know I speak for our board, our entire board, when I say that we are proud to be farmers. And we're deeply invested in the quality of the crops that we raise. Our mission statement at Preferred is that Preferred Popcorn strives to honor God by producing high quality popcorn and serving our customers with integrity. And that's a mission statement that has served us well. I'm thankful for the good unity of our board, and that brings us to where we are today. Thus, it's our privilege to turn this productive heartland into a nutritious, healthy snack for literally millions of people around the world. In fact, we were doing little calculations in the office for the fun of it, and if we took the amount of pounds of popcorn that we're going to sell this year, and everybody ate just one 32-ounce serving, it would take 4 billion people to eat all the popcorn. So as a result of this growth the last 20 years, we're able to serve a lot of people around the globe. Next year, Preferred Popcorn will celebrate our 20th anniversary, and we've come a long way since that time. Today, we're celebrating another big milestone, the groundbreaking of a new facility that will allow us to double the amount of popcorn that we can process, and most importantly, maximize the quality of the popcorn that we raise here in central Nebraska. The quantity is important, but most of all, we want to have outstanding quality. When we were meeting with our good friends and partners here in the construction Bratney Company, we talked a lot about what we were going to do. And when that was all done, I said, and then we're going to run it through one more time, just to be sure that is a product that will satisfy the customers in Asia and all the countries that we ship to. So in the future, that means we're going to need more popcorn. And that means we're going to need more contracts with area growers. That means we're going to need more electricity and working with the local power districts. That'll mean some more jobs. And we're going to need to be more efficient, and that means more advanced technology and equipment. We'll need the finest genetics because we're going to strive to be the best in the world at what we do. So I'm happy to say today, thank you for the support of our community. Because of that, we have these resources, and this new facility will be one of the most advanced and efficient popcorn processing centers on the globe. And of course, all that takes a lot of teamwork and a lot of people together. And I wanted to comment, often we hear complaints about how government has excess regulation, how they inhibit growth. And I'm just here today to say that's not true in Nebraska. Our state and local and federal government have been outstanding. They've been nothing but encourage us along the way, whether that means helping with certificates of origin in Central City, Nebraska, working with our local chamber, or working with the roads and making sure that people and traffic can get out here. We've been very appreciative of our local government, our state government. A whole series of governors have been fantastic about hosting trade missions all around the world. The governor, Pete Ricketts, of course, has been on several already, recently to Canada and China, helping us to move agricultural products. So our state government's been great. Our federal government, all of our delegation have been great to promote trade, to help with projects, even down to helping fund trade shows that we attend, and the support of the Export Bank, which is important to us. So we've had great support. Nebraska has said we're open for business, and we really are grateful for that. Truly, we're very honored and grateful for the most recent grant. We were the recipient of the Economic Opportunity Grant, which we'll strive to make. We will work hard to make sure every dollar of that investment adds value back to Nebraska. So today I have a couple of gentlemen up here that I've fortunately grown to know well. Over 20 years ago, I served on some committees with Pete Ricketts. I think long before he thought about being governor, he was a successful businessman, but even then he was concerned about Nebraskans. He served on local and state and national committees, and of course now as governor he continues to do that. And he went to China with us several months ago, and is going to be going to Japan, and I know he works very hard to promote olive agriculture. So it's with a warm welcome. I hope you will welcome the Honorable Governor Pete Ricketts.
Woo!
Thank you very much, Norm. And this is a fantastic day. Norm, how did you arrange this beautiful weather? Great job. He's got connections. I believe it. Well, thank you all very much for coming out here today, because this really is an exciting event. Obviously, Norm was talking about the groundbreaking here of their expansion. An expansion that will add 22,500 square feet to their plant. A state-of-the-art facility that will help meet the demand of consumers all around the world. And I got to tell you, last fall, we went to China and we met with Norm's trading partners, ZLTR and Mr. Pan. And we had the opportunity to see some of their facilities that were state-of-the-art over there in China as well. So that is a theme for Norm and his company. And we also had the opportunity to witness them signing an extension of their trading agreement to sell an additional 10 million pounds of popcorn into China. And that original relationship that Norm developed with ZLTR actually dates back to a previous trade mission that Norm went on with Governor Heinemann. And that's the importance of those trade missions, to help open up doors, to make connections, then to reinforce those relationships so that we can expand our trade opportunities overseas. 95% of the world's consumers lie outside our borders. If we're going to grow Nebraska, we have to grow agriculture, and we have to grow through international trade. And so that is part of what Norm is doing here as well. Now that also creates the opportunity not only for the 10 jobs that Norm is going to be creating in addition to the facility expanding, the additional jobs are going to come with this expansion, but also the up to $25 million in contracts to local farmers to be able to produce that popcorn. And especially at a time now where we've seen commodity prices really be in an area that is down from where we have been just a few years ago, and farm income down along with it. It's a great opportunity, again, to show how that international trade, nearly 50% of Norm's business is overseas, international trade helps us expand those opportunities for our farmers right here in the state. So that's a big deal. And that is how we grow Nebraska. It's through companies like what Norm is doing here at Preferred Popcorn. Now, another thing I just want to touch upon as well is that this is a team effort from our standpoint at the state. We want to be a customer service organization, the state government. We want to be responsive to our customers' needs. We want to create a team environment to help companies like Preferred Popcorn be able to expand. And if you look at this particular project, we see a great cooperation with the Department of Transportation and the Department of Economic Development. Norm mentioned the Economic Opportunity Program. That's our grant program that allows us to partner with counties, for example, to do infrastructure improvement to help companies like Preferred Popcorn grow. We will cover up to half of the cost of those infrastructure improvements, up to $500,000. That was a bill that we actually turned into law last year through our Transportation Innovation Act. That was part of that Transportation Innovation Act, to have this Economic Opportunity Fund to be able to help projects just like this. And in fact, this is the first project that we are using with that Economic Opportunity Program. So this is the pilot, and again, Norm is being first in another area yet again by working with the state on that. We also work with the Department of Economic Development in Merritt County to get a community development block grant, $300,000 again for Merritt County to help develop infrastructure here to go to companies just like this. So we want to be a good partner to help create opportunities for companies like Preferred Popcorn to be able to expand. And it was companies like Preferred Popcorn, will hopefully help us do it this year, that last year helped us win the Governor's Cup for the most economic development projects per capita of any state in the country. In fact, we had more projects than North Dakota, South Dakota, and Kansas combined. And we want to win that award again this year. And it's projects like this will help us do that. This is how we grow Nebraska through these economic development projects, these expansions that create jobs all across our state. And again, as a partner at the state, we want to create that environment by being customer oriented. You see that Forbes ranks us the third best state overall to do business and the best state overall for regulatory environment. In CEO magazine, we jumped 7 spots as the best state, moved up 7 spots as the best state to do business, tied for the second best improvement. These are ways at the state that we can help create the environment for people like Norm to create the jobs that grow Nebraska. So we're very excited to be here to be a part of this. It's creating jobs, it's growing Nebraska, it's growing our #1 industry, agriculture, and it's creating opportunities for us to keep our kids and grandkids here in the local community. That's what it's all about. So again, this is a very exciting day. Very pleased to be able to be here today to help celebrate this groundbreaking. And Norm is going to be joining me in Japan. We're going to be going back to Japan a week from Saturday to find more connections to be able to get investment back in our state to create jobs. And we will continue to work hard for all the people of Nebraska to create those opportunities. So God bless you all for what you do to make this the best place in the world. God bless the great state of Nebraska.